Greetings, everybody. Rokelle Lerner here. This is part 3 of a 3-part series on emotional boundaries and codependency. And, one of the major sources of pain for codependence is the worrying about what kind of impression you're making and what others think of you. It keeps us really stuck. Some of us didn't get much validation or praise growing up, and in dysfunctional families, or clinically interesting families, as I call them, our thoughts, feelings, and experiences get discounted by caregivers who were not fully functioning adults. As a result, many, many people spend their energy trying to fix or change others because that's the only way they feel valued. And that reliance on others for external validation becomes desperate. I know some of the family program experiences at Crossroads show that when your lives have revolved around addiction, either in your childhood or adulthood, you really have to manage. You have to manage what people think of you because it's too anxious otherwise. When you struggle with the need or the craving for constant external validation, your self-worth comes from how much you give in relationships, what other people think of you, of course, your physical appearance, your financial status, your accomplishments, how well your kids are doing. And while everybody wants external validation, when others become, again, your only source of affirmation, it's too much responsibility to give anybody. There is a famous psychotherapist named Erving Goffman who coined a term called impression management. And these are tactics we use to control how others perceive us. And of course, these tactics are unconscious. Basically, codependents are in such need of this external validation that we spend our lives doing a performance. And after a lifetime of doing a performance, one gets so lost that they don't know who they are anymore. And authenticity becomes out of reach, and true connection with others go by the wayside. There is a continuum in managing the impressions of other people that many of us use these techniques. However, it's my experience that the more trauma you grew up with, and the more you did not get a validation, codependents develop these techniques to an art form. And some examples of impression management are the need to conform, to morph into something or someone else in order to be accepted by the people around you. Excuses. Now, we all use excuses sometimes, but chronic excuses and that kind of defensiveness are mainly to be to avoid judgment and maintain other people's impression of us. Look, nobody wants to look incompetent, but we find a way of shifting the blame. Over-complimenting and flattery can appear disingenuous after a while. And while all of us do some self-promotion, for codependents, the self-promotion revolves around the need to be perfect. For codependents, if others notice our failures, it triggers shame. It puts us on that shame cycle. And we feel we are only valued for our achievements, and we have to hide our vulnerabilities at all cost. There's a woman named Terry Cole Whitaker who wrote a book entitled, "What You Think of Me is None of My Business." What you think of me is none of my business. What a great title, and what a wonderful idea. Look, everyone has the right to feel validated, but we need to learn to validate ourselves. And when external validation becomes your only source of self-worth, you begin to change who you are. Maybe there's a critical voice in your head, an old critical voice that needs to be tamed. When that critical voice starts to go on parade, we have to treat ourselves with compassion, cradle our inner child that has suffered criticism. We need to practice healthier behaviors to fill ourselves up and take some small risks. Find activities that you enjoy and make them a priority. Learn to appreciate the little and big things about you. At the end of the day, contemplate the things about you that make you unique. Some of us have to surround ourselves with nicer people. And always check the accuracy of your beliefs. If you're in a situation where you're feeling judged, criticized, check out that that isn't coming from your own inner critic. Tell you the truth, most people at a party or gathering are more concerned with themselves than judging anybody else. By creating a healthy balance between validating ourselves and seeking external validation, you'll find yourself becoming more whole and more peaceful. I'm going to end with this wonderful poem by Derek Walcott, who says that the time will come when with elation you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror. And each will smile at the other's greeting, saying, "Sit here, eat, you will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give flowers, give bread, give back your heart to itself. To the stranger who's loved you all your life, who you've ignored for others, who knows you by heart. Take down all the photographs, all the desperate notes. Peel your own image from that mirror. Sit, feast on your life." Until next time.